Hey, how's it going, everybody, and welcome to an Anything and Everything Nerd Style Special Edition. I'm Clinton Ritchie, and I'm going to be telling y'all a story about Valharg's Easter adventure that I decided to go ahead and write because we didn't have everybody here last week and we couldn't record our episode, and we can't record this Sunday because it's Easter Sunday. So I went ahead and wrote me a little short story. First time ever doing this too, by the way. So if you do like this content and you do enjoy my story, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below and let me know in the comments how it went. Now, there it goes. Valharg's Easter adventure. Walking along the forest line looking for food, Valharg thought to himself, I wonder what Bitnor is doing. I'm so lucky to have found him. But just as he had this thought, he saw an interesting looking rabbit. The rabbit was half blue, half pink, with almost a perfect amount of color on both sides. But the fluffy tail of the rabbit was all pink. Valharg said, Wow, I bet Bitnor will love the skin of that one. So, he started to hunt. As Valharg crept towards the rabbit, he stepped on a stick and it made a loud crackling noise. The rabbit, with its large ears, heard the noise just in time to hop away. Valharg said out loud, Darn these large feet of mine. But he couldn't let that thick and juicy, but very colorful rabbit get away. So, he decided to pursue it. Valharg said, At least my tracking skills are good, as he followed the tracks that led further into the forest. It was midday, so it was bright outside, but the further Valharg went into the forest, the darker it got. I'm going to find this rabbit, Valharg thought out loud. Just as he had these thoughts, he saw something weird. It was a glow coming from the bottom of a tree stump. Valharg said, That's where the tracks lead. I wonder if he's under that stump. Maybe it's his house and he's got like a candle lit or something. So, Valharg proceeded forward. Reaching the stump, as soon as he crouched down, almost crawling through it, he was sucked into the void. Tossed and turned into the nothingness, he felt a cold, washing feeling come over him. What's going on? Valharg cried out as his breath was taken from him. He held his breath and flipped himself around to see what looked like a light. A light at the end of the tunnel, he said. I know they say not to go towards it, but I'm thinking I gotta get out of here. Valharg swam as fast as he could, kicking his size 13 foot. Just as he was running out of air, he popped his head out of the water, feeling the cool breeze of the wind hitting the top of his head. He said, How did I end up in water? He looked around to get a view of his surroundings. It looked like it was a small puddle that he was sitting in. But it's so deep, Valharg thought to himself as he pulled himself up on land. He took a look around when he noticed some animal tracks. Valharg, being the curious halfling he is, decided to follow these tracks. The tracks led to the same bunny that he had seen when he started this journey. It was a blue and pink rabbit. Who could forget that? I won't let it get away this time, Valharg said, as he went into what he called stealth mode. It was just in reach when Valharg leaped into the air with his great axe, swinging down at the defenseless creature. Wait! Screamed out the rabbit in a low, almost terrifying voice, considering it came from such a small thing. Why do you try to cut me down? The small rabbit asked. Valharg stopped and blinked a few times, trying to process what just happened. Did you just talk? Valharg said. Yes, I did, and I asked you a question. Why are you swinging that axe at me? Valharg looked at him for a moment and thought to himself, Am I going crazy? Then he pinched himself to see if it might have been a dream. Nope, not a dream. Maybe I am crazy. No, said the rabbit. I can talk perfectly fine too if you ask me. Sorry, I was going to grab your meat to eat, and your fur is so interesting. I was going to give it to my best friend Bitnor. Right, said the rabbit with a nervous sound in his voice. Well, have you tried one of these? As he pulled an egg-shaped brown thing out from behind him. What is it? Valharg asked. This is a chocolate egg, and we have way more than that if you like that one. Valharg extended his arm and wrapped his rough and calloused fingers around the warm, squishy chocolate egg. Valharg took a good smell of it and said, "It smells kind of sweet." Valharg had only had meat and bread pretty much his entire life, and he had never smelt or seen anything like this. He questioned it for a second, then took a bite, and his eyes lit up like it was the brightest torch burning in the night sky. "This is good! By the gods, this is good! What did you say it was?" "They are called chocolate eggs." "Wow," Valharg said. And you have more?" "Yes, we do," the rabbit said. "In fact, we have enough. You could take some for you and your friend Bentnor, as long as you don't try and cut me down again." Valharg agreed to this, seeing as how he'd never tasted anything as good as a chocolate egg before. "What's your name?" Valharg asked the rabbit. "Estra," said the rabbit. "Estra, huh?" said Valharg. "Well, if you're going to be roaming around, you should really make sure to put on some muscles. I thought you were just some kind of food." "I'll keep that in mind," Estra said, leading Valharg to the rest of the rabbits, which wasn't too far from the water puddle. As they approached the rabbits, Valharg noticed holes everywhere. We must be getting close, Valharg thought. And he was right. They had made it. There were so many rabbits. It looked like maybe 50 to 100 of them, all of them colored. There was a red one, a green one, a purple one, and even a blue one. Valharg couldn't believe his eyes. So many colorful rabbits, but only one that looked like Estra. Estra called to all the other rabbits. "Look, everyone, Valharg came for some chocolate eggs." Estra then motioned Valharg to the middle of the rabbits' town, as they all held out these delicious-looking chocolate eggs. "Wow," Valharg said, throwing down his great axe in the excitement of all the delicious-looking eggs. As he stepped forward to grab the first set of eggs, he didn't see the two rabbits coming up from behind him. As Valharg was reaching out to grab the first bit of eggs, Estra yells out, "Now, grab 'em!" When all of a sudden, every rabbit jumped on Valharg and tied him up. "What are you doing?" Valharg screamed out. "We are going to sacrifice you, so that I may be with the gods once again," Valharg said. "By the gods, what? This little guy's nuts." As they hoisted him in the air and started carrying him to what they said was the sacrifice rock, Valharg tried to reach his fingers down to the spot where he kept his knife. "Thank Odin they didn't take my daggers." There was a loud cheering coming from the audience as they were about to sacrifice Valharg. He pulled very carefully with his fingertips, trying to pull his dagger out of his boot. "I've got it," he said, as he started cutting the ropes. Right as he was about to be put down on the sacrifice rock, he was able to cut himself free, kind of falling out of the ropes, as he grabbed his other dagger out from the strap to his waist. Spinning around, slicing two of the closest rabbits, and almost cutting them in half, as the place went quiet. Then almost immediately they tried to jump on Valharg. But Valharg was not going to be taken out that easy, not by the food that he eats. Stabbing and twisting, while kicking one in the face, he sees his great axe about 10 feet away. "How will I get that?" he thought. "Well, I guess there is only one way to find out." As he stabbed the two in front of him, one in the gut and one in the forehead, blood oozed out as he pushed forward with all his might, the daggers digging deeper into the lifeless bodies of these two rabbits. Rushing forward, he sees his great axe sitting on the ground right in front of him. Valharg does a roll over the two rabbits, pulling the daggers from the lifeless bodies, holstering both daggers while picking up his great axe at the same time. "It's time to get out of here," he said as he grabbed hard on the great axe, twisting around in a spin straight into the direction he thought was the way out. It was. He dashed forward as fast as he could, trying to make his way back to the puddle that led him here in the first place. "I hope I'm going the right way," Valharg said. When at the end of this thought, he sees him. That's when Estra yells out, "You're trapped. There's no way out. We won't let you go." Valharg grips his axe hard, leaping into the air with a flip as he comes down smoothly with the blade as it chops Estra straight in half, blue and pink splitting perfectly down the middle. Valharg grabs both pieces of the body and shoves them into his pack. "I am out of here," he says as he dives into the water. Swimming down as far as he can, not knowing where he's going, all of a sudden, his head had popped out from underneath the stump. After climbing out from underneath the stump, he stands up, brushes himself off, and says, "Phew, I'm never doing that again." Then checks his pack to make sure that he still has Estra. He did. Then he turned around and lit the stump on fire and watched it burn for a few minutes until he walked away. Bentnor will love this pink rabbit foot as he skinned the rabbit and took the feet, one for him and one for Bentnor. The end. So if you like that story, please let me know down below. And if not, shit, I tried. Happy Easter, everybody. Make sure to go watch all of our stuff on Anything and Everything Nerd Style. We got Spotify, we got a Discord, and we got a Facebook group. All that stuff you can go join. It's Anything and Everything Nerd Style. Get the fuck out of here.